Hello, Mr. Bernie.
Hey, Raizan, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, it's been 4 months or something.
Good to see you. Good to
Good
see
to see
you.
you again, Mr. Bernie.
I saw when Bauer showed me the pictures last week from when he was in a parade. Do you
Yeah,
remember them?
yeah,
You were in one of the pictures, and I couldn't believe how tall you are.
it's correct.
You look really tall. So good for you. So tell me, how are you doing? How is school?
Actually, my school is good until now.
Mm-hmm.
We have some 22 days, something like 22 days, and for holiday.
Yay.
And my quizzes start this week, and they finish at next Wednesday.
Okay.
And after Wednesday, we have what's the name of the holiday?
Oh,
Let me
the
see.
for the sacrifice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the sacrifice holiday. Yes, I know about this. So, and so then you don't have school for several days, right?
yeah. For we don't have school for 1 week,
Okay. Okay.
and it's been like 15 days
Hmm.
to go. That's I
Okay.
must go to school after
Okay.
quizzes,
Yep.
and I have how many days? 28
Mm-hmm.
half 28 days
Yep.
uh, for because that's um, I I can't no, how can I say it? I have a chance that I can't go to school for 28 days.
You mean you have vacation?
Yeah,
Yes.
something
Good
like
for
that.
you. Good for you. Now, your sister told me that she thought this vacation that you were going to Mardin. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're correct.
So who lives in Mardin?
Actually, the um most of our, like, my aunts or my uncles or my cousins,
Okay.
much of them are there. But
Okay.
like,
Okay.
I have aunt at France, I have
Mhm.
an uncle at Germany, and I
Oh,
have
okay.
another one at America, and
Okay. Okay.
he lives at San Francisco.
Okay.
And I have something like that.
Cool. You know, where I live is very, very far from San Francisco. Even though it's in the United States, the United States is so big. I've never been to the West Coast. I've never been there. Never. So, Rezan, I have to tell you, your English has really improved greatly.
Yeah, I
So
have tried to improve much
I
more.
can tell. I can tell. I can tell. And I know you've been doing some classes with other tutors, and good for you. I'm glad that you're doing that. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
All right. Rezan, I have some great space stuff I want to look at with you because I know how much you like that. But before we do the space stuff, I want to do two words real quickly. Um, are you familiar with this word?
Emulative
Retrieve.
retrieve.
Retrieve. And retrieve is a verb. Okay. Now, I'm going to retrieve something right now. This is what retrieve is. So you wait. I'm going to retrieve something. Okay. Oh, look what I retrieved. This is a shell that I found on the beach in Florida.
Oh,
Now, when you retrieve something, you go over, you get it, and you bring it back.
I understand.
Okay. So I just retrieved. And so to get something and bring it back. Okay. Um, I know you don't have a pet. Your brother told me you don't have any pets, but you know there are some dogs who love to retrieve.
Yeah,
Have you seen
I
dogs
see.
take a ball and you throw it and they run over and get it and they bring it back? They retrieve.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Those dogs can be a lot of fun. And I also wanted to do a word from my adult list of words, and I'm going to do this word right here. Okay. Now, this word looks very complicated because it starts PS. Now, do you know anything about PS in English?
Um,
Okay. Rezan, when you have a word that starts PS, the P is silent. So this
okay.
word is just pseudonym. Pseudonym.
Pseudonym. Oh, I
Pseudonym.
hear that from my brother.
Right, right, right. So the P is silent. And Rezan, there are other words in English like the study of the brain, psychology, and the P is silent. Okay. And so
Okay.
there are other words like that. Now, do you remember from Little Bauer what a pseudonym is?
Fake name.
Right, right. So it's a false name. Sometimes when it's an actor or actress or singer, they call it a stage name. Sometimes when it's a writer, they call it a pen name. And it simply means a name that is not their real name. Now, do you know any famous people who use pseudonyms?
I don't know. I don't um think that they have, but maybe they have. I don't think too much, but
Right, right. But there are people that do that. There are famous people who, for one reason or another, they use a pseudonym and they don't use their real name. Okay?
okay.
All right, my friend, on to the space thing. I want to take some time to do this. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, the next time I see Rezan, I want to look at this with him. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to look at the screen and I'm going to turn the volume so you can hear it. Okay, now I'm going to stop a second. Where do you think this is?
It can be Mars or Moon.
Okay, let's keep looking. Let's keep watching. Okay, it's not Mars, but that was a good guess because did you notice part of this had a red color,
Yeah.
right? So I know why you were thinking Mars, and that's good thinking. And it's not the moon either. Do you have another guess?
I don't think too much, but it's a planet sleep, maybe.
Okay, let's finish it and we'll talk. Okay. Rezan, 10 years ago, in the year 2015, something really fascinating happened. This spacecraft called New Horizons passed Pluto. This is Pluto.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Now, you do know about Pluto, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it passed Pluto, and there were a couple surprises. They thought Pluto's land was pretty flat. It is not flat. They thought Pluto was gray in color. Some of it is gray, but some of it is red. And that was a big surprise when some of Pluto is red. Whoops. There you are. Did you disconnect or did I disconnect?
Actually, I think I closed it.
Whoops. Okay. Those things happen. Well, what I was saying, this was 10 years ago, and the spacecraft was called this, New Horizons. Okay. And
Okay.
it flew past Pluto. Before New Horizons, they thought Pluto was pretty flat. They didn't think it had mountains and hills, but look at all the mountains it has. It
Yeah.
has a lot. They thought that Pluto was mostly gray. Some of it is gray, but some of it is red and some was white. So
You're
Pluto
correct.
has a lot more color than they thought it did. Okay. Now, also, did you notice you don't see the sun because Pluto is fairly dark?
Yeah, you're correct. Because it's too far from the sun.
Right. Now, it also flew past one of Pluto's moons, and that moon is called Charon. Have you ever heard of that word before?
No, I didn't.
See right here, Charon. And it's one of the moons of Pluto. And the thing that makes it very strange, Charon is very large compared to Pluto. You know, on other planets, the moon is very small and the planet is very big, like Jupiter.
Yeah.
But Charon is very big compared to Pluto. So this is a video of when New Horizons flew past Charon, and look what it saw. High the mountains are.
Yeah.
I wanted to point something out to you here. Okay, what is this right here? Here's
Um.
little ones here, and there's a big one right here.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's
It's
called?
a hole because it's a hole and it's made by meteors.
Right, it's made by meteors. Let me give you the name of that hole. Can you say that? Crater, crater,
Oh,
crater. That's called a crater. Okay, now there's another word I want to show you. Now, do you see this line
yeah,
right here? Okay, sometimes that's a crack. Now, you know what crack is, right?
I know.
Like a break, okay? Some of those were formed by lava, and they're called this. They're called a rill. Rill, and that was that it was formed by lava. Now, do you notice the interesting thing about Sharon? Did you see any bright colors?
No.
Did you see any red?
No.
No. You did see a lot of craters.
Yeah.
Okay. Sharon looks like what scientists thought Pluto would look like. They thought Pluto would look like this, very gray, lots of craters, but Pluto looks very different. Pluto was a big, big surprise. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Now I want to look at another picture. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a hint. This is not Earth. It's not Earth.
Pluto.
Where do you think this is?
Is it the Pluto?
No, not Pluto. Now I want you to notice a few things. Look at the color of the mountains and notice there is an atmosphere. There is air.
Yeah.
So what is this?
Mars.
Right, right. This is Mars. Now this picture was taken at dawn. Do you know the word dawn?
No.
Dawn means very early in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, do you know, Rezan, like before the sun comes up, there is some light and you can see a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So that's what this is. Now, what do you think that is?
The Pluto or the sun?
Good try. Good try. It's not the sun and it's not Pluto. What that is this is Deimos.
Deimos.
Now, do you know what Deimos is?
Is it another star or a meteor?
Yep. It is a moon of Mars.
Oh.
Now, remember, Pluto has Charon, and Charon is very big compared to Pluto. Mars has two moons, and they're tiny.
Much more smaller
Right.
than Mars.
So take a look at this. Here's Deimos. Look at how small it is. It's just like really small.
Yeah.
But it does have craters on it, doesn't it? Look at it. It's got a couple craters. Okay. It's very small.
Craters on it that we can see it.
Now, Rezan, how come Charon is round, but Deimos, it's a little bit round, but it's not round. How come Deimos is not round?
Maybe the Pluto's moon is another planet before, but because of the meteors have put it to Pluto, it's be a moon for Pluto, and maybe it can be a meteor before, and because of it have stopped around to Mars, it being something like moon for Mars.
This was either a meteor or an asteroid. Do you know what an asteroid is?
It's something like meteor, but it's come.
Very similar. Very similar. Right. Very good. Okay. Asteroid. There it is in Turkish. Oh, it's almost the same in Turkish.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's another thing I want you to understand. Have you learned in science class about this word?
Mass. Yeah.
Now, Deimos is so small, it has so little mass, it is not round. The bigger a planet becomes, it will become round. So Chiron has more mass and it's round. Deimos has very little mass and it's not round. Now, how about our moon? How about Earth's moon? Is Earth's moon round?
It's round.
Right, because it's big enough that it becomes round. As it rotates around, it turns into a sphere, into a ball, and it's round. Okay?
Okay.
All right, one more picture. Okay, so this picture I think is really cool. All right, what is this?
Jupiter.
How do you know? You're right, but how do you know?
Because of colors and the big.
Very good, because of its colors. And because of what? The colors and?
It's looking much more bigger
Right.
than the other.
It is much bigger. Now, do you see here on Jupiter, let me make it smaller again. You see these, like here's one that's mostly orange and it's got some, and here's one that's white, and up here there's one that's blue. Those in English are called this.
Bands.
Okay, so the bands of Jupiter. But right now, NASA has a spacecraft called Juno that is orbiting Jupiter. And what they have noticed is the south pole of Jupiter does not have bands.
Oh.
Okay, so and you understand south pole, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So look down here. It's got these strange swirls and things. And look, it's got, this is probably a storm, these white storms, but it does not have bands. And that's very mysterious and very unusual because Jupiter, we call it the banded planet because it has bands on it. So, see, now there's another view of Jupiter. Oh, what's this right here?
Is it something like Hole?
Good try. We call it this. It's kind of a funny name. The Great Red Spot.
Oh, okay.
Now, in American English, we would call it this. Do you understand what that is?
Hurricane. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have hurricanes in Turkey, which is very nice. We do, and they're not fun. You don't want to be around a hurricane.
Yeah.
They're very scary and very dangerous.
I've seen one of them at film, and they're.
Oops, sorry, that was my fault. That was my.
It's no problem.
Okay. Okay, what were you saying about hurricanes?
I've seen a hurricane at a film, and it's something like white castle.
Yep. And they're scary.
Big than Turkey.
See, now there's a picture. Oh, look at that. That's a close-up picture of the bands.
Yeah.
Of Turkey. That's what they look like. Wow, that's just amazing. Okay. I'm going to tell you a quick story about a hurricane. Before I moved to Georgia, we lived here on the island of Puerto Rico.
Okay.
We used to live on an island. And one time we had a terrible hurricane in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
And after the hurricane, when I went outside, the wind had pulled the paint off part of our house. So, you paint the walls of your house. Yeah. The wind had pulled the paint off.
It's dangerous and
it's scary. It's really scary. So that can be what a hurricane is like. Okay, so I just wanted to share those pictures with you today. I thought you'd be interested. Whenever I see these space pictures, I love to find pictures and show you. And just so you know, this is the website that I use. I go to this website every day. I love looking at the work they do. I'm going to send it to you in the link. Whoops, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. And it's a very good website if you want to learn about space and things like that. Every day they have a different picture and a different story.
Okay.
Okay. So it's something you might enjoy looking at. I like looking at it too. So Rizan, now tell me a little bit. You are right now, you are finishing 9th grade?
Yeah, I finished 9th grade. I passed 10th grade next year.
Right. Now in Turkey, is 9th grade junior high or high school?
It's high school.
So you're in high school now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
so,
SI.
so next year you will be in the same school.
Yeah.
You'll be in 10th grade. And will Berfin be at your school next year?
Actually, we have something like a quiz. At the end
Big
of
test, yeah.
grade, they do these quizzes and give something like a max. We can get maximum 100 marks,
Okay.
and we have some schools that take us with these marks.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
have a mark that you can get some, like my school gets me with 330,
Okay.
and if you get 330 marks, you can enter to my
Okay.
school as well.
Okay. And when does Berfin, when will she take this test?
At 4th of June or something.
Next
But
week?
I think it's next week, or
Oh my.
yeah, it's
Okay.
5th of June.
Now, when you took that test, I know it had math and it had science and it had
Yeah,
history. Did it have an English section?
I think no.
No, so no English.
Yeah, because English is we have something like this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember too much, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any English tests on this
Okay.
quiz as well, and it's something like the quizzes that I said for schools as well.
Okay. Okay. Now, but in high school, do you have an English class?
Yeah, we have
How many times a week do you have English?
um 4 hours in a week.
Oh, so you have English almost every day.
Yeah, we can say.
Okay. Maybe that's one of the reasons that your English is so much better.
I think it can be, but uh, as you know, I talk with new tutors, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it teaches me how to talk with new peoples. Like
Yes.
I once maybe I can talk with a German
Right. Right.
English,
Right.
and I start to learn a little bit Germany and a
Good
little
for
bit
you.
German English
Good
from
for you.
there.
Good for you. Rizan, it's time to say goodbye. I really enjoyed talking to you. It was fine to
And
see you.
uh,
Okay. Good night.
see you, Bernie.
See you
Good
soon.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.